You're far from home, farmer. How did you make it all this way in your... little boat?
Why do we gotta be farmers just 'cause we're from Deerwood?
Are you a farmer?
Yeah, but you can't just assume. We got rabble-rousers, too.
I'm the harbor master, Kauha. I must ask your reason for docking in Neketaka. Yes, you do. You can't dock a ship in the harbor and have your run of Queen's Berth without giving me a good reason for docking.
Show them. Show them what you are. Yes. Yes. That's it.
What's the matter with you? What are you doing? If you're trying to scare us with some cipher mischief, save the purple flames for the tribes of the Outer Islands.
Now.
What? What is this?
Run for it! So much for discretion.
I'll take care of this. Indeed.
And now Port Marche is behind us. I thought this would be a relief.
Need a fresh jacket or pants? Something more delicate? If you have a frame, I can fit cloth to it without fuss. Take your time. I'll give you space to brush.
Care for a fish or two, stranger? Today's catch, you'll find no...
Thank you again for maintaining my story in front of Vanessa and the others. I didn't enjoy deceiving them, but it seemed simpler than the alternative. I realized there could be nothing between us. But it was nice to have a friend all the same. After we parted, I set out to destroy the leaden key. It's controlled us for too long. I wanted to free Kith from it. So for 5 years, I've been tracking down leaden key circles, searching for the places where they operate in secret, trying to undo them. The task has been more difficult. I don't think I fully understood the weight of the decisions I would have to make, or the burden of living with them. It was much easier when I only had to follow someone else's lead. My father's, Theos's, yours. I haven't. After we defeated Theos, I thought the hard part of undoing his work would be tracking down the Leaden Key's members and operations. Perhaps this would be easier with an... I went to a village in Old Valia. Centuries ago, the Leaden Key had intervened to end some heretical cult. The details were lost, but what had endured was a practice of ritual bloodletting. A gruesome...
You got an eye for charming little town.
At every full moon, the villagers would feed the soil with their blood. No one, young or old, sick or hale, was exempt. Or they would bleed themselves to the point of fainting. In the days that followed, a couple would die of exhaustion or infection. I can't blame the villagers. After all, they were led into it. The village priest administered the practice. Grim old fellow. Reminded me of... He was a tyrant. I was certain that if the... So I arranged for him to have an accident. I thought so, at first. The old man died. They were convinced his death was an ill omen. So they began bloodletting every week, turning on their neighbors for giving... Instead of a handful dying each year, a few perished every week. Is it? In the end, the villagers suffered more because of my action. I keep wondering what I might have done differently, or how I could have known better. I suppose... Thank you. It's a relief to share this burden. You've given me a lot to think about. Ah, lad. I'm looking for an old Leaden Key sect. I want to be sure. Please, let me go over my notes again. Then I promise I'll tell you everything. You know me too well.
Ahoy, Captain. If I could bend your ear a moment, I'll be aiming to thank you for bringing me aboard. You run a tight shop, and you ain't no terrible person, neither. It'd be a wealthy gentleman is only the finest ship among the Principi, and Captain Ferrante our most respected shipmaster. It were 2 honors and a half to be chosen to join his crew. Aye, you ain't wrong. Joining the gentleman meant leaving us... I never knew no kin till the sorcerer. They be my salt family. And to me, that'd be better far than blood. Now don't sell yourself a Suole short cap, nor me neither. I know an opportunity. I'd seen what there were to be seen upon the gentlemen, learn what ropes were to be learned. Methinks a watcher after a dead god'll thrust me into an whole new set of... And believe you me, I do appreciate myself a good thrust. I've a gift for you. This trinket be from one of the first ships I hunted. Malnage would have snatched it had I not found a perfect hiding spot. I know were I to tell you that, you mightn't want it no more. Just a jest, Cap. Nay, I tucked it away in my beard. Didn't wear braids back then, so my hair caught about everything from feathers to fish bones. Malnage shook me down for plunder after each raid. I figured out she wouldn't go nowhere near my beard. Said my face were like a saw-rip fetish. Don't rightly know for sure, Cap. Thought at first she wanted me. Lasses be that way sometimes. Given she tried to get me killed twice within our first fortnight together, I thought mayhap she were in deepest love. As I said, I never rightly figured it out. It worked that I were all in, given she were too. Romaro said she might have been emerald green with envy, but I'll be well hisself if I know what's of. As a ship hunter, mayhaps. I've certainly outpaced her since, if I do say so myself. Mayhaps she saw that coming. You be entirely welcome. Now, if you'll pardon me, I've roundabout reached my limit for sentiment. Aye, I'll give her a bad rap.
I'll handle this.
Welcome! Venturing out past the city. You'll want, of course.
I'll...
Redora, be with you in just a... Almost had it. Damn your eyes. Hazard of the work, really. Came in on the sloop? I can hammer your ship together if you're apt to pay me for it. Aye. Captain Redora hasn't paid me for her commissioned firepower. While I'm up to my nose in debt, the wild men... And now, pirates are holding my feet to the fire over some sham of a deal. If I don't get Redora's payment, I might as well start carving my swallow net. You do that? A fair price goes without saying, Cully. It all comes down to blasted pans and pyres in the end, doesn't it? Oh.
Well, as long as I don't get caught, all done.
You eyeing that fry-shat bare-paws lump of lumber yonder? That be the misery's delight. Malnage's pus-stuffed canker of a boat. Malnage be up in Romaro's head, or I've never had a roll on the waves. She finds him for us. She'll sink him soon as sighted. Come on, Captain. I worry about you, Adair. There'd be a thing of free out here that you shouldn't be aiming at pets.
Hey, it was dark. I only saw the back of your head. I thought you were some huge island squirrel.
This ain't about me, farmer.
Please, sir, a coin. Hey, thanks. That's close enough. Agrasima. That'll staunch my pains for an evening at least. Nasenale. I've never had a roof over my head longer than an evening. I guess cutting me loose was cheaper on my parents than a passage back to the Republics, or a few bites of bitter suck, if they are the same ones who robbed Radora blind. The boss and his wolf sleep their fun off by day. But by night, he and his botso friends keep to the alley giving out bruises for coin.
Well met, stranger. If you feel like investing in protection, I'd be willing to trade iron for copper. I assure you that everything I sell is well crafted. But I will admit I'm not quite the weaponsmith. Marihi, you can find in Pariki's Overlook, the district to the north. Udo has a shop in the Lots to see. The gunpowder!
Well, as long as I don't... Guess that wasn't so hard.
We're full up, I'm afraid. If you're looking for lodging, you'll have to hope there's room at the tavern. We do indeed. Forgive me if I mistook you for a tenant. There are quarters set aside upstairs. Passers-by with a bit of extra... It's not my place to share the dealings of the Valera family. Suffice it to say that a family in want of coin might find alternate means of securing their finance, but I've said enough. Speak with Otello if you have business with the Valera. You'll find Otello Valera up... Well, as they say, business can always be better, yeah?
You see...
Well, as long as I don't get caught. All right, but I'm keeping what's in there. All done. All right, but I'm keeping what's in there. All done.
Ah, a new face in the Valera halls. My time is not inexhaustible, but what can I do for you? Valera ships escort goods and merchants from island. The Principe dogs show us their stern whenever they spot Valera colors on.
Leave it to a swabby from the Republics to think a pirate showing them their rear be a compliment.
A new face to the Valera halls. I always make time for chatter. Say what you will. Is drama an acceptable answer? I make sure the wine cellar is stocked and that sons of...
All done. If we could rest for a bit. I'd be much obliged. Can bring Islamir back.
The whole point of suppressing her was to keep her out of my head.
I miss her impressions. Oh, she could do this one of you.
Which she did over and over.
Was real good, though. She could do all your twitching, your squeaky voice when you got nervous.
Magdico, where is that spoiled brat? I'm trying to be the responsible one in the family. Laro is past due for a company meeting. Mother wants me to drag the elusive
Must be nice to be a layabout. Uncle Angbert would have tanned my hide.
Fuck. I am angry and jealous in equal. You'd think this district was a maze, the way he manages to hide. The spirit magnet. Sientere, that if you desire to get in the graces of the Valiant Trading Company, we can help each other. Mother's bank commands the wealth of the Deadfire campaign. Could I persuade you to watch out for Laro? I'd pay generously for your trouble. I'm concerned because Laro tends to feud with Orso, one of the local Valera rats. Cossi, I only manage the family business. Better to ask why Laro isn't sprinting back to look after his birthright. It's Ali Bardato. If only more of her offspring were as accomplished. Fuck, consider it done. There. Laro and his miscreant friends carouse at the tavern, the falls above the Adra Mill, and the southwestern bridge. If you see him, tell Laro...
Well, we do have this thing with chasing a rogue god to the ends of Aor.
Behold, Aethgon shepherds us all, traveler. Seek out his temple along the sacred stair, that thy path shall be made clear.
See this?
Oh, hello. Welcome to my shop. It's such a... How might I assist you? Oh, I am a cartographer. I make maps. If you need a map of any settled region of the Deadfire, I am your... It used to be I would take to the sea and do a bit of charting myself. But I haven't the time. I'm quite keen to write a book, in fact. Oh, but I won't trouble you about that. Excuse my nattering on, won't you? Sometimes. Married to the work, you know? I just get so... Sharing a bed with a few maps is a good sight better than sharing with Cal. He always hogs the blankets. You think so? He is a magnificent beast, isn't he? He's been a bit low lately. Between you and me, I think he's heartsick for the sea. I'm putting together an explorer's account of the Deadfire. Or at least the part of it Queen Onekaza's tribe has laid claim to. My book will be well, that was the idea. It's a fiercely dangerous... You'd think ship captains would be a bold heart. I'm not exactly the most powerful fighter, or I do it all myself. Still, wouldn't it be wonderful? An explorer's guide to the Deadfire. Someday. Do you mean it? It's a lot of ground, I mean water to cover, and some of these are... Don't worry, I planned it all out. We'll get your feet wet first. With a little experience under your belt, I thought we could start with the waters around the company outpost at Port Magi. Once you're back, I'll start filling in my map and adding your fine... Welcome back. How might I assist you? Certainly, certainly.
Well, as long as I don't get caught. Well, that's not nice. Guess that wasn't so hard.
The Queen is holding court today with the Valians and Rowattians.
If you are here about the taxes... Oh, you are not. What business brings you to my mill? Okay? You go around asking just anyone in Queensberth personal. Lucky for you, I am a woman of honor. I direct luminous milling for the Valian Trading Company. It's a nice job, huh? You want to know more? I mean... We mill luminous. Take big chunks, break into smaller chunks, pair con plancanet. I need a large country estate and several handsome women to fan me with palm frond. It is good for the heart to dream. The Adra belongs to the Valian Trading Company, amico. Unless you plan to open a bathhouse to rival the one in Peric. I cannot. Good day.
I just hope Laro doesn't bring ridicule to the Bardato name.
I'll handle this.
Well, as long as I don't get caught, all done.
I'll take care of
I think that's beyond.
All right, but I'm keeping what's in there. All done.
Ahoy! I'm here.
I'll see what I can find.
Of course.
Ah, yes. The newcomer. I thought you might visit.
All right, but guess that wasn't so hard.
Lady Izali Bardato. Custom dictates, I say, at your service. But I have not the time for... If you have business with House Bardato, then speak on. Are you still with me? I'd venture that you're working too hard. Ugh. My bank shoulders the costs of the Valian trade. It is said that no Valian may wipe themselves unless a Bardatos.
If that's true, we gotta stop shaking hands with them.
I'm certain you've touched worse, farmhand.
You have an appointment to see the vault, sir? De veras? Just exploring the vault that holds the Bardato.
Have you heard about the commotion at the palace?
Of course. Something about Luminous Adra.
A giant made of Luminous Adra.
All I know is that they're all at each other's throats up there.
You both attest that you have made all possible efforts to come to a peaceful...
I did not send for anyone to preside over our contest.
No? You didn't hire a bodyguard, Count. We have business. What do you want? The family keeps you on a tight leash, Laro. We're getting impaled.
What's your words, Oaf? You want the Juana to know we're dueling?
My bad so to the tribals. We should be free to settle matters on Valiant terms.
Small wonder the old empire collapsed in civil strife if this is the Valian way.
And how do your colonies fare, Adira?
This street thug called my family a warren of corrupt inbreds. But is there a dung heap in all the world that does...
That wolf he calls mother would have us live out our days polishing Bardato silver. Ak, this is but one chapter in a long anthology.
Arrogance. Per complancanet, you should thank me for my patience. Nothing less than the total disgrace of the Valer.
Then you will die unfulfilled. I was the one who suggested fisticuffs, but you were eager
To first blood, then. Shall we resume?
Not so pretty anymore, Posterago.
This does not end here, Valera dog.
Just make sure the other Bardatos learn from your example.
has returned to the estate intact. Perfetto. Too much Bardato blood has been spilled in the name of Vengiata. Ak, nothing has been solved. Here, for your discretion. There can be no peace while civilized kith turn. Our family can't go on like this.
Would that scandal and bloodshed kept their distance from my house. You saw my son dueling with the Valera boy. Those who aid my blood profit by it. When Valera and Bardato cross each other, only blood and sorrow remain. Perhaps in time, if great word has spread fast about the little spectacle of the dogs, you've certainly caught everyone's attention. Perhaps the watcher of Cadnua and Housebat, Queen's Beth, whispers of a Valera plot against my family. You are a newcomer to the Deadfire. Zilli Valera strums a lute by the watchtowers. A meek-tempered boy. Fonder of song and drink than the family business. He might spill something of his family's affairs. I'll have it taken care of at once. There. Try not to alert the Valeras of our knowledge. That is the point of involvement. Betello doesn't make my affairs any easier with his wayward ambitions. Oh dear. You think I'd put myself in pistol range of that old imp? Certainly. But not the I think you overestimate how much of my trust you current. More pleasant subjects, I hope. Because we do not belong in the same business. They're little better than the pirates they're charged with.
Better is self-deception, mayhaps.
Am I supposed to play nanny?
They listen to you, Martino. Enough! We have a guest. Ado, I hear you witnessed an You kept Laro and Orso from the Beyond. We could use. Martino has need of muscle and brains outside of the Valera house.
Let me take point on this one, Father. Some Royal Deadfire crews have lately taken to pirate hunting. One such crew has been boasting of their victories. Hunting Principe dogs is our business. With all these problems with the bud, it would be better if they took their business elsewhere.
You could always start shooting the shit out of one another and leave good Deadfire folk be. Just a suggestion.
Was that not implied? I could come back when the Rawatai dogs have been dispatched, dismissed.
You'd be better off mooning after someone with half a foot between her ears, lass.
You can't dictate what the heart wants, Seraphin. Thought you, of all people, would know that.
Well, the heart can be a right stupid git sometimes. It don't always deserve your listening.
Washed into port.
Hold up, Cap. That be Malnage, the High Queen Sea Devil of the Deadfire herself, awaiting us like a shark in heat. Always, Cap.
Captain, I've heard a mess and a half about you. Mostly good. Though I see your taste in company could use some refining.
Typical Malnage. Can't match.
Boy, when you're as old as me, your skill will still be naught more than the untrained fumbler. I've heard about your run-ins with Captains Benweth and Ferrante. Meeting the old Principe seems like. Almost makes a girl green. The envy of Miss... I'm tracking a man by the name of Rimaro.
Rimaro ain't no traitor, you mind-blind sack of squid squirts.
Captain, there'll be a bounty. Yeah. Careful, Watcher. You don't want to go making yourself an enemy of the Principe Sen Patrena. Anyone aids our enemies shares their... Fare thee well, Captain.